T1na Ba1ley. And let's do a mic check. Um, Before I get into this Captain Vlog. Okay, so we got Audible. A mic check. All right. I'm in the chat as well. I'll be chatting about quantum leap. Uh, I'm exhaling I because of the end of season 1. I hadn't even exhaled since the end of season 1. So there's my exhale. Now I've started season 2. I just finished watching I just began season 2. Okay, so I just began season 2, and I just finished watching episode 1. Okay, there we go. A bit of quantum leap talk right there. Okay. So yeah, episode 1, because after watching episode 18, yeah, episode 18 of season 1, I wanted to see why Addison, I think that's her name. I think I finally said her name. Addison. I wanted to see why Addison was looking like she was looking. So I went on over to season 2 to see what it do. And ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh my goodness. And I just wiped a tear from my eye. I didn't even talk about episode 17. I think it was 16 and 17. Oh my goodness, I couldn't. Um, I saw what was being done, and I'm just like, I ain't having it. Like, you're not finna do this to me. And it was a scene. I think it was either episode 16 or 17. Um, where Ben was betrayed by Jumper X. And um, you had that scene where Ben or Addison had to talk Ben into getting up the ladder, which now Ben got all the time in the world to get up the ladder, but before it was hurry, 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 hurry. Okay, but whatever, we're gonna let that slide. Good thing he had all the time in the world to get up that ladder and get to where he could get Addison, coached him. I'm so glad he listened to Addison and made it to where she was coaching him to go. And but then the nurses, one day getting off of work, working at that place, I'm like, how they help him, and then his outcome was successful. Okay, thank you for the positive outcome. Thank you. I'm glad he had a positive outcome, because I was like, don't they work for that place he just came out of? I was like, but yeah, so he had a positive outcome. Yay! All the episodes had positive outcomes. Yay! I'm glad for that. I'm so thankful for that. And I be glad when they be hugging, because Addison said something. What did she say? She said she mentioned that at the end of each leap, they get this positive report about each character, and but Ben doesn't. So then Jennifer, that's the one I was calling strong arm. Addison is the one I was calling fiance, Ben's fiance. So now I know their names after a whole season. I know their name. I know all their names now. Well, I know the four. Is it four? The five. The five main characters. I know their name. Okay, so Addison said that about the positive reports, but Ben doesn't get the positive report. And I'm like, Ben was getting the positive reports when you was giving it to him before he leaped. Like, but like, I'm trying to think what episode that was. You when you see it, you'll know when it stops. Like, there's a by a certain episode, Ben stops getting the reports before he leaps, and then the reports are said. The positive reports are said like at the lab amongst the four. But yeah, Ben was getting the positive reports when y'all was giving it, when Addison was giving it to him before he leaped, and then she stopped giving it to him before he left. I think due to the situation and the situation at hand, like they was a bit different, just a bit different at the time and stuff like that, which is fine. It just kind of what it does is like switch up the show a bit so it's not so repetitive. After it's been repetitive, then it switches it up to a different repetitive. So yes, in that episode where Ben is hey, DOY Creations, how you doing? I'm talking about the Quantum Leap episode or series, um, streaming on Netflix. That's where I'm getting it. I don't know if it. I guess it came on a cable channel previously, um, but yeah, I'm streaming it from Netflix, and I just started season 2, and yeah, it's been good. I've been into every single episode and enjoying each episode. The episode where Addison had to coach him to safety. I mean, getting up that ladder after he had been betrayed by Jumper X. What was his name? Yeah, Jumper X. They was calling him Jumper X. Uh, that episode, that would have been a tearjerker had I not caught myself and composed myself for how they say brace yourself for impact. I braced myself for impact with that episode because I saw it coming. I was like, I was like, no, y'all ain't finna get me crying on this one now because you're doing a bit merch now. Come on now. Because yeah, I was kind of crying every episode. But yeah, I saw it coming. I braced myself, and it was like the okay. So Ben made it to the car, and Addison was coaching him, and it was like, I tell you what it was like. It was like the scene from Titanic when um when Rose blows the whistle, Oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't know if you cried on that part, but or was crying or that tearjerker scene right there where Rose crying. I mean, when she blowing the whistle. Oh my goodness. That's how that scene reminded me, not that scene, but the scene that was in Quantum Leap with Addison coaching Ben when they were sitting in the car. Uh, I don't know exactly what episode because I've already watched like a few. It was maybe 16 or 17. It was around there. Um, if you watch it, you'll know which one. It was the one where he plays the private eye, and he was going to help the sister. Uh, the one sister hired a private eye to go and get and help her sister escape. So yeah, at the end of that one, uh, that in that car scene, it was similar to the Titanic scene. For me, it was similar to the Titanic scene when Rose started to blow the whistle to get the attention of the boat to come back. That's how that scene was in Quantum Leap. Like Ben was getting the attention, getting some attention so that he can get medical attention, so that he could be all right. So, um, yeah. So I like to see Addison. Addison said that Ben didn't get the reports, and then Jennifer gave Addison a hug. I like that. Like they not standoffish. They hug and support each other and give each other encouraging words. And I like that Ian gets to dress how he want to dress. At first, I thought he was just like dressing for work, and then on his day off, he would dress how he want to dress. But in the latest episodes of season 1, he started dressing more uh, how he wanted to dress at work, and it was fine. And then we get to see a flashback. Okay, so that was I think 2023, where he was dressing how he wanted to dress for work. And then we get to see a flashback in like 2018, where he's dressed like he want to dress too. So I'm like, okay, I'm glad to see it. Like, excellent. And then we get to see him in his I'm guessing that might be his natural hair color. And I mean for the character in the show. And then so now I'm like, oh, okay, so that explains the roots, because I can see your roots. Which is fine. That is a look too. I just was like, okay, yeah, okay, so that's where it come from. Okay, so your hair wasn't always bleached. Um, so that was cool to see them, and also I love when a character like unites with themselves. Um, he had a united he united with his um, past and present self to understand a code that he wrote. So I love to see that when that happens in a show, and a character is trying to figure out some things, and then he connects with himself so that he can evolve, and so the code he wrote for himself in the future could, so that he could figure it out and all that. Oh, all of that was so yummy, so satisfying to see that each each of his self like came together and they connected. They had this one single thought at the same moment, but in different spaces and times. Yay! I think that was, yeah, that was the eight. That was 18. That was I guess considered the finale. So love that. That was the episode 18 of season 1. And I just was smiling. I just was like enjoying seeing that. Like, yes. And he was like, with himself, he was like, he is one. He was like, we are one. And he did that. And like, yay. I was like, yay. Love to see that. Um, so then, um, Ben took a leap and they was waiting on him. And now here we are in season 2. And trying to think after, okay, so let me back up. After the episode where Ben was in the car and it had that Titanic moment, um I didn't watch another episode after that because I'm like, okay, I did good pumping the brakes on my tears with this one. I'm not finna watch another one of these. I'm not, because I done already, explained that I can only watch like 1 or 2 episodes of these, and then here come the flood work. So, in what episode that was? Was that the season finale? It was a lot that happened in episode 18. Okay, because the one where I'm talking about the car, that might have been episode 16. Okay, so episode 18. Every, did everybody show up? Okay. Jennifer tried to make me cry. Jennifer showed emotion to Ben. Jennifer showed up. Jennifer was like, look, I gotta get in there. I gotta get him through the boop boop boop. So Jennifer tagged in, got Addison out of there, tagged in, was the hologram. She did her thing to get him to where he needed to go. And then the coup de grace for the whole season, Magic shows up. And Magic is a hologram too. And I'm like, yay! I thought that. I thought that was gonna go. I thought that's how it was gonna go down. Like everybody get their time in the as a hologram for him and help him and talk to him when they needed to say something to him or whatever. I was like, yes! Like that was the coup de grace for me, because I was like, that it made sense to do that, with each of them tagging in and out and helping him like that in their expertise. But I kind of was thinking as a way to take the burden off of Edison doing it so much. But yeah, they didn't do it like that per se. They just tagged in when they needed, when their expertise was needed the strongest. Uh, and Jennifer did hint that um, when she was a hologram, she said something about her head was bothering her for like the next day. So Addison went through a lot being a hologram with him. She might not have felt it due to, or she like might have pushed the side effects to the side, um, to be there for him. Uh, so yeah, that was cool that Jennifer did express what she felt just with that one time. So it's like, oh wow, like Addison was going through. She might have been going through the same thing then. All them times that she was a hologram for him, she just pushed it to the side to continue on because she wanted to be there for him. Uh, but yeah, Magic showed up as a hologram. I was like, yay! Okay, I was counting. I was like, okay, so that's all of them. All of them showed up as a hologram, and Ian. I was like, ah! So, um, so now season two. You know what? I should say spoilers, right? I'm sitting over here just doing a Captain's vlog. I ain't even thinking about spoiling, but I guess it would be. Okay. Uh, okay. I put spoilers in the description box. um. So season two, episode one, Ben doesn't have anybody clocking in for him except for his own brain. um, and his own brain got him through. Like he was looking for Addison to show up, but Addison wasn't showing up. He didn't know why. We don't know why. Um, what else? He doesn't know why. We don't know why. But each thing he has to do, he figures it out. He uses his gut. Um, and then at the end of the episode, Ian shows up and um, gives us the Uno the 411. And it's done been 3 years for everybody else, but with Ben, it's been one leap. So um, I started episode 2 of season 2 just before I started this live. Um, and Magic was buying diamond earrings for his anniversary. He was buying some hoop diamond earrings. Ew. And for as a gift. And so Ian goes and gets Jennifer, and then Ian and Jennifer meets up with Magic at the jewelry store to get him so that they could go and visit and talk at Quantum Leap um, laboratory. So they're there. Ian tells Magic and Jennifer that he found Ben. They want to know how, so he filling them in. Then Magic just filled us in, the audience, that they looked for Ben for 2 years, and then like nothing. They didn't see nothing. And now it's done been 3 years, and Ian found something and was able to say something to him, but as soon as he said something to him, then Ben leaped. Oh boy. So I don't know if Ian turned on the thing that Ben, what? I don't know if Ian has turned on the landing pad. I'm gonna call it the landing pad. The landing pad that Ben could get back home to when he leaves. I don't know. But I know he turned on the what have I been calling them? Holograms. I know he turned on the hologram thing for him to go into so that he could talk to Ben because that's how he shows up. So I mean, cause yeah, that and that's where I had stopped the episode before I did this live stream. So yeah, now Ben is like, what? It's been 3 years. So he's coming to grips with that. Wherever he done leapt to now, he's thinking about it like, whoa, it's been 3 years, right? Since he been gone. Like he coming to grips with that. Like, oh my goodness. Like it was just he was for him. It's not only been like a day, which Ian, equaled it out to one leap, which when we're looking at it, it looks like a day and a night. Yeah. So that's how long it's been for Ian. Like nothing. I mean, not Ian. Ben. It's only been like a day and a night. But for the other people back at the lab, it's done been 3 years. So yeah, we don't know why that is. Because when season 1 went off, it was they were right up with each other. Like even though he was going back in different years, they were still with him. Like uh, how do you say parallel? They were still parallel to him. Um, so like it would be a day for them. It would be a day for him, or I mean, a day for them. Into the night, and then like the next day they come to work and boop 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 like that, like day in day out. When he was leaping earlier in the season, but yeah, this season 2, it's done been 3 years. The lab is shut down. Ian came in there and turned on whatever he turned on voluntarily. Like nobody told him to do that. Nobody was supposed to be there. Type of scenario. He just did it because he's he's the technology person. I guess that's why he did it. He's the tech person. So he's been checking in, seeing seeing what goes on. So now after 3 years, he's made contact. Ugh, so that's how season 2 want to start, and that's how season 1 wanted to end. I'm like, I was like, I was kind of frustrated. I kind of had a little headache after season 1. I'm like, I had my hands up on my head. I was like, like why? I was ready for it to end like happy note, and then you see Addison's face, and then you like, why her face, like her smile, she's smiling, she waiting on him to return because that's her fiance, and then you see her smile go away, and you like, what she saw, what happened, what? So me seeing that, I went on ahead and started season 2 to see what she saw. She didn't see nothing. So then, when I saw what Edison saw or didn't see, I'm like calculating in my head. I'm like, well, what could have what could have happened? What could have happened? And I thought about it. I was like, well, could it have been um, the jumper X? But then I was like, no, because Ben didn't do that to the jumper X. And then I was like, well, did he need jumper X to get out of there? And then I was like, well, no, because jumper X already knew that he was through. Like he was down for whatever. He was done. Like he knew he accepted uh he accepted the game. So I'm like, well, I guess it might not have been the cause of jumper X. Uh, oh boy. Hmm. Man, I don't know what's done happened to Addison. They like Addison gotta hear the news. That's what somebody said. I think it might have been Magic. And then, but he was like, he was like, she can't hear from me or something like that. I don't know. They trying to see who gonna tell her. Who gonna tell her the news? And if she, well, I guess she want to hear the news, but whatever. So I started saying to help me kind of take myself out of the equation with the with the show is, as far as like the emotions, uh I've been saying great performance. Like great, that was great performance. Like when I feel too overwhelmed by what had happened in the show, I just be like, look, that was a performance that I'm watching. So I just started saying, great performance. That was well done. Bravo, great job, great performance. Cause I did see, the performance of it all. That episode where Ben plays the private eye. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad for the good report. Oh, but yeah, there's a scene where Ben is yelling and kicking and screaming, and I'm like, good performance, good, good job. You know, I see you acting, get it, yes, get your acting on. And scene, okay. Oh goodness. And then at because of what he went through with Jumper X, the next, I think that was okay. So the one where he played the private eye, I think that was episode 16. I think. Yeah. Episode 16. I am correct. Um, and then episode 17 was the plane episode. Yes. That's what it was. That's what it was. And then the 18 was the finale. Hmm. So, because of what happened in episode 16, Ben and Addison's communication was a bit different. Uh, Ben started tuning in to his own intuition a bit. It didn't seem like that to Addison at at first. Addison was telling Ben that he had to trust people, and she knows what she saw what he went through, and can understand that he's not trusting like he was. Um, but yeah, at the end of that episode, she could see that Ben was trusting himself, and who he didn't want to trust, he was spot on for not wanting to trust him. So that was cool. I like to see that. Uh, because Addison was telling Ben to, like who to trust, who not to trust. And Ben was like hesitant. He was like, oh, no, I ain't want to trust them. And he had good reason. So Addison saw that, Ben saw that, and that was cool to see. And episode 18 was cool to see as well. You got to see the different hairstyles of Ian, which I love to see it. I was like, oh, okay, there go the bangs. I was like, he ain't got no bangs. That ain't him. I was setting it up for my Ian. I was like, that ain't him. No, that's that. That's that woman. That was Al's daughter. That's what I was saying. That was Al's daughter. That ain't that ain't Ian. Uh, but yeah, like, that ain't it. That ain't you. You don't have bangs. You don't wear your hair like that. But yeah, he it showed the different hairstyles that he was rocking. So I was like, I guess that was you then. Huh? Oh goodness. I kept wanting it to be Al's daughter because Al's daughter came out basically with the villain music playing behind her. Uh, so this season 2 is shorter than season 1 by 3 episodes. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I was thinking in season 2, Addison would get to be the leaper since she wanted to be the leaper. I was thinking maybe they would switch spots. Um, but yeah. Okay, so back it up. See episode 18 because I didn't do a live stream for each episode. Um, that's kind of why I'm jumping around. So back at 18, episode 18, there was a moment that Ben recollected on what he had learned from one of his jumps and applied it. And I was like, okay, yes, I love to see that. Like, yes, utilize those lessons. Yes, to help you. Yes, I love to see it. So that was cool that he utilize what he had learned in a previous jump that was helpful to him that he could apply in a situation that he was in. I'm like, yes, way to use the code. That's it. Yes. Great. Learn from the lesson and apply it. Yes. So that was cool. It was even yeah, it was even a whole, like, the audience, we could see it. We could see it. So I'm glad that that was shared with us. So yeah, that was season one. That was season one for me. Uh, I enjoyed it. Oh my goodness, the smiles and cries in this show. It's endearing, I should say. I think I should say. I think it's, yeah, it's endearing. It's touching. It's moving. Um, love it. Like, love to see the characters encouraging each other. Love that. So yeah, that was season one of Quantum Leap. And so begins season two. Now, is there other seasons out, like, being, like, from a like, what's it called, cable? Because it looks like it's on a channel. It looks like it's on NBC, perhaps. Yeah, it's NBC, the Peacock, whatever the Peacock is. NBC, I think, or either CBS. I don't know. NBC. I think NBC. It looks like it's on NBC. So, is there other episodes, like live episodes that are being viewed on cable? And I'm just getting the streaming episodes after the fact. Because I want to know if there's, like, other episodes to season two, or if there's a whole new season, like season three. I don't know. Let me know. I want to know if there's another season, or is season two it? Oh my goodness, is season two it? Uh, Let me know if there's another season, so I could say. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, DOY Creations. So yeah, I want to know if there's a season three, or is season two the coup de grace, and what's going to transpire. Is there gonna be somebody that switches with him and he gonna come home? But yeah, because Sam was a hologram. Sam and Al switched places, and Sam was like, "Well, if he's a hologram, then that should mean he would be home, right? It makes sense that his body would be in the hologram um, chamber. So I don't know if they're gonna do that or like reenact that episode. There have been a couple of episodes that was reenacted just a bit. Like it was its own thing. Um, but there were a couple of key elements like Sam um, and who he leapt into. So those were reenacted, but like I said, because I mean that's a key. I guess it's a key element. I mean that's what I remember from it. That's one of my favorite episodes from Sam and Al's episodes was when Sam had left and was this he had this like flowery outfit on and that was one of my favorite outfits. So I mean one of my favorites. Yeah. So that's happened in season one, with its own twist. I mean, with its own newness. So I wonder in season two, because I have said this before, I wonder in season two, is he gonna switch places with Addison? Uh, and is Addison gonna be up for the switch? Oh my goodness. And then Ben has to coach her through it. Is she gonna be up for the switch after 3 years? Which I think it would be fine. Me personally, I'm like, I mean, you've been studying for it. I mean, it's in your brain. Come on now. Yeah, that's one key thing that hasn't happened yet that I'm thinking it will happen in season two. Now, like I said earlier, I did think that each one of them needed to get into the to be a hologram, and then that did happen. Not how I thought it was gonna happen, but it did. So who's gonna swap with Ben? I'm thinking there's gonna be a swap in season two. I'm thinking, and they might do that to like switch up the what how switch up the episodes so they don't become mundane. Like how they've been switching up the reports being said. So yeah, who gonna? It look like it could be it could be Ian. I don't know though, cause Ian is highly relied on for the tech purposes of the show. He's the techie. He finds things out. He does all the tech work, technology work, and which I kind of was a little perturbed with him for being mad that Ziggy had to be turned off. I'm like, dude, what I mean, you do this. You've been doing this. Like that's your career. Like, I mean, why you mad? Because y'all gotta turn Ziggy off. Is it that you think Ziggy makes it easier? Is that why you huffing and puffing? Because you was doing this without Ziggy in the first place. Like it's gonna get done with or without Ziggy. Like, look, Ziggy is the problem, so it should be no question to turn it off. But he was huffing and puffing about turning Ziggy off, which it didn't seem to make any difference. It didn't seem to make any difference whether they had Ziggy on or off. But they did turn it off, and um, they worked with uh, the technology and things that they had. Cause yeah, Ziggy made all this up. Like, oh my goodness, y'all needed to pull the plug with that thing because it created the problem and the solution. Like, oh my goodness, Ziggy over there playing with himself. Oh my goodness, done created all this and y'all jumping and hopping into this thing and this Ziggy technology done created this whole mess. Uh like, oh boy. Ziggy think this a game. Oh. But it got real solutions. Like, oh my goodness. All right. So that was season 1. And that's my thoughts, or how you could say predictions for season 2. Cause I guess my bingo cards for season 2. There we go. My bingo cards for season 2, which hey, you put your marker on the free space, and it's a wrap. That's it. It's done. It's bingo. That's it. So, uh, yeah, episode 2 is up next. It's on deck. Episode 2. Whew, whoo-wee. That's all I got to say about that. Episode 2 on deck. Season 2, episode 2. Oh yeah, I got another question. Are we getting? Are we getting a season 8 of the Circle? Is that happening? I haven't heard if we're getting a season 8 of the Circle. The Circle, the social media show, with the hostess from. Oh wait, no, that's not her. Is it? I thought she was from another show. She might be, but it's been a while. I'm kind of. I think she was the hostess on Nailed It. So are we getting a season 8 with her as the hostess? I like her as the hostess. Um, I was disappointed not seeing her at the finale of season 7. Like the previous season, she would come out and be with the contestants and interview them a bit, but she didn't do that for season 7. So I'm like, oh, I was ready to see her out strutting her stuff in her dress or whatever she chose to wear. Like, ow. Like, we get to hear her voice during season 7, but we don't get to see her with everybody else during the finale. So I was like, when? I was looking forward to that. Like, I mean, that just comes with it, right? And then it was like, no, not this season. That doesn't come with it. And I was just like, hey. So yeah, is there gonna be a season 8? Hmm. Okay, Netflix has not officially confirmed season 8 of The Circle. It is considered very likely to happen with casting for the new season potentially already underway or in production, though an official release date has not been set. Fans can expect a new cast and the typical social game casting and strategic gameplay that defines the series. What we know about the season, what we know about the Circle season 8, high likelihood. Okay. Hmm. So is the Circle like a Netflix show original, or is it on a cable channel? Like Quantum Leap looks like it's on NBC, but now it's streaming on Netflix. Looks like it was on NBC or something like that, and now it's streaming on Netflix. Now, what I did see coming to Netflix, it didn't have a date the first time I saw it, but now it has a date. The date is September 4th, um, this year, and that what's coming to Netflix is The Blackening, the movie The Blackening. Is said to be on Netflix September 4th. Uh, yeah, along with some other shows and movies I can't think of right now. That's the only one I that's the only one I saw that didn't have a date, and now it does have a date. Um, so yeah, I had to look back at it and see. So now it's September 4th that'll be available for streaming. Because yeah, I did go to watch it and then it wasn't available yet. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to think. Is that all? That's all for the streaming, and that is all of my questions for the streaming. Is there gonna be a season 8 of the circle? Is there a season 3 for Quantum Leap? Are there other episodes? Oh my goodness. And that's it. And I'm only saying, oh my goodness, because there's a season 2. He's not home. He jumped and he's jumped again. And the lab is shut down. And it done been 3 years. And Addison is the last to know at the moment. How do you say the drama? Oh my goodness. So now it's like, is this gonna be like Dr. Claw? Like, you watch the episodes. I mean, the episodes are good. Like, I'm about to say, okay, so the episodes are good. Everything, like, what he what he be jumping, it be entertaining. But is this gonna be like Dr. Claw? Like, you watching it to see him leap. Is this gonna be the Dr. Claw? Like, are we ever gonna see him get to go home? Like, or are we just gonna get to see his hand? Because I mean, who's ever seen Dr. Claw? If you've seen Dr. Claw, let me know, because I watched that show looking to see Dr. Claw every single episode. I was looking for some Dr. Claw. I mean, I liken it to that, but yeah, we can also easily liken it to the previous Quantum Leap, where Sam was left out there leaping. Uh, Sam was left out there leaping, trying to make it back home or wherever he wanted to go. And is it gonna do the same thing, or are we gonna get him home? And then this doesn't make no kind of sense that the body, well, that would be effed up too, though. Okay, okay. So the body, when somebody is a hologram, their body is in, like, a chamber. I They hadn't showed that, but it's like a holographic chamber. It's likened. I'm thinking it's likened to that episode of Black Mirror where the actress um the actress goes to be in a black and white movie, and her body is there laid on a lounge, but her her mental is inside the black and white movie. But they say at the same time, if something happens to her in the movie, it happens to her for real. Like, she don't wake up. So it looks like she's sleeping on the lounge, but she's in the movie. So that's kind of seem like how it is with the hologram in Quantum Leap. But I don't know if they're asleep or not, because not sleep. But I don't know if they're standing up, if they're sitting down, or what. They hadn't showed that. It's more seems like a cylindrical telephone booth the way Addison be hopping in and out of it. Um, and I kind of get the mind of the little cylindrical thing at the bank that you put your info in and then it goes up into the bank and then come back out. But she's not shooing anywhere. She's just in the cylindrical thingy, and she can be a hologram. So she's not asleep, okay, but she's physically there, and then she holographs to where Ben is. So I'm like, well, how come Ben's body isn't there? How come his whole being done late? Like his whole being, his whole essence, his whole body. Like how come his body isn't at the lab and he just mentally leaping? How come that? But that still would be that would probably be worse. Like that's horrifying. That would probably be horrifying to it would be like he would it would look like he would be in a coma. That's what it would look like to the people around him if his body was still there. That's what I would think. That's what I think. Yeah, so it would look like he would be in a coma, but his mental is still like leaping. So maybe that's why his body isn't there. Maybe that's why they done chose to have his whole body, his whole body essence leap, even though he's leaping into people, like his mental. So where's his body? Like he's like a whole or not. He I, and that's how Sam was too. Like it's almost like they want to leave home, but it's like they liquid. It's like they fluid. Like they don't have a vessel to come to. That's what I'm thinking because their body isn't there. Their whole being is jumping in the folks. Like, make it make sense how they say like because their body isn't at the lab. They're not just mentally jumping unconsciously. Their their whole self is jumping. So they thinking they could just jump back like the what do you call it? The microwave in the Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory, how he put something in one microwave and then it wound up on the other side of the room or however it did in the movie. I'm thinking they thinking that the quantum leap machine is gonna do something like that, like transfer them back from one spot to and back, just from where they are to back to the microwave. So see, they already done went into the microwave. That's why they're not there. Like the microwave in the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Like the molecules have floated. They don't become, but they become molecules. Like they're not a whole person, but and 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 they jumping into people as these molecules, and they think they're gonna be able to reverse that and become a whole molecular structure over again. think they finna be a whole person again, jumping back. They don't know how to reverse it. They think it's just automatic, an automatic reverse. But that seems to not be the case with Sam. And now here's Ben trying to do the same thing. They done jumped in the machine and done turned into molecules, jumping into the people as molecules. Because how else can they jump into somebody as a whole body themselves? They must be jumping into the people as molecules, which, you know, we are molecules all together, but we're in solid form. They're no longer in solid form. That's why they're able to jump into these people. So now that they finished jumping, they want to go back to being in a solid state. And they don't know how. They don't know how to do that. They don't know how the machine can do that, or if the machine can take them molecules and bring them back. They just jumped out there and done turned into molecules, thinking that they could jump back from being molecules into being a solid molecular structure. They didn't account for that. I guess I don't know. They didn't account for it. They thought it was gonna work itself out. But that was the thing with Ben. I mean, no, that was the thing with Sam. They didn't figure that part out to bring Sam back. And now here go Ben, and they still haven't figured it out yet. Now in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, when he used the microwave that he used, he also had a landing pad. So it was a two-part structure where when he put the thing in here, and then it turned into molecules, and then it wound up back solid on the pad, on the landing pad. So what if they didn't create that other step? They only created the microwave. And that's why Ben and Sam is out there being floating molecules without a landing pad to return to. Somebody didn't finish the construction. They need a landing pad to come back to funnel back through, and then be their whole full body self. That's what I'm thinking. That's my conclusion. That's what I done thought up, just off the fly. And that makes sense because I mean it worked for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but at the same time, Willy Wonka was like, he don't know if it worked for humans. He's only tried it with Oompa Loompas. No, I think he said he only tried it with chocolate. Uh, so yeah, they would have to create a landing pad for them to return to, and calculate it for their molecular structure to be able to configure correctly. Cause you know when the boy, oh, it was a laser beam, wasn't it? When the boy, was it a boy? He wanted to be on TV. So when he went through and with the molecular structure, then like he turned small, he shrunk. Well, to prevent that, the landing pad would need to, um, like I was saying, configure their body structure. Almost kind of like how the fly was doing, but the fly was doing that like on in one machine. So I guess Quantum Leap thought that they could do all of this with just one machine, like how the fly was doing his transformation with one machine. Okay, take off my scientific hat because I sure put my science glasses on. Okay, about to create a home base pad because that seemed to be the thing missing. Why they can't come home? Because I'm like, I'm frustrated. Y'all supposed to be smart. Y'all supposed to be geniuses. Y'all got all this technology. And the only thing I can conclude is that y'all thought the quantum leap pad that sent them off into these different time zones was gonna bring them back. So maybe that's what they were thinking. I mean, they do say that. They do think that he's gonna return how he left. They do think that. So I mean, and they don't think that they need to set any coordinates or anything. The coordinates was set already for him to go through what he went through and then to return. But that's not the case. So that's why I'm thinking, okay, well, this part of the machine is only an output. It's only an output. Is that like it only sends out? It doesn't receive. That's what it's looking like. That's what it looked like for Sam. That's what it's looking like for Ben. Like y'all steady trying to make this machine do all the things, and then the most thing we want from the machine as a whole, the whole group wants this machine to do is return these people. You got Sam out there float. Oh boy, I'm just like, you got Sam out there floating in the ethers. Now you got Ben out there floating in the ethers, and then everybody looking at the machine like, okay, now return them. But now you 2 for 2. You 2 for 2 with no returns. You 2 for 2 with no returns. You ain't look like you was trying to return them. You ain't look glitchy like you was like they was trying to come back. So that's why I'm like, okay, launching pad. Somebody configure a launching pad that receives the molecular structures of these two beings floating out, trying to get back to the coordinates of this laboratory. That's my next solution. Boom. That go my contribution to the quantum the quantum physics, okay? The quantum leap. Cause y'all 2 for 2. Oh, how it go? Oh, y'all 0 for 0? What? I don't know. You 0 for 0? You 0 to 0? Got 2 folks out there just happy and in all kinds of situations, trying to get back to their home and their family. So they can live their own lives. So far, I think I'm the only one watching this show. I hadn't heard anybody else watching it, hadn't seen anybody else watching it. I'm watching it because I used to watch it, and it was one of my reasons for watching the Sci-Fi Channel. That was one of my favorite channels, the Sci-Fi Channel, and I was very much into this show. Enjoyed the show and enjoyed seeing Sam and Al. What's his name? Sam Beckett. Sam Beckett and Al Cigarelli. I think Al Cigarelli, something like that. Al Cigarelli, something like that. I enjoyed seeing them, so I'm like, okay, let's get into it. And it's a pleasant surprise. I'm so glad that the show shows camaraderie and teamwork and family and encouragement. Like, that's the up part of the show because oh my goodness, it's some tearjerker moments in the show. Now I don't recall the other Quantum Leap with Sam and Al. I don't recall it being so sad. I do remember it was a bit of comedy, a bit of fun moments in that show. Um, yeah, I don't think it was the tearjerker that this one is, and I did mention before that the tearjerker moments. I think how this one started off was the catalyst for the tears, and then in addition to each episode and its situations, um, with the tears, happy tears, sad tears, upsetting tears. It got all the tears up in here. Now the previous Quantum League, I thought it kind of linked more to comedic side. It could have been serious, but like I said, one of my favorite episodes is when Sam leaps and he has on like this floral hat. He got on this wide rim hat with these florals, and I just remember that because I think that was also like in the credits. So when it was coming on, that scene. Um, so yeah, that kind of was a bit of a hoot because Sam would be like, "Ow, why do I have on flowers?" Like he'd be like confused and he'd be asking Al like, "What am I doing with bloomers on?" And then Sal with his calculator and be looking up information and be like, "Okay, well you so and so and so and so today," and she boo 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 do do do. So So yeah, I like the people in the episode. I like seeing um Magic. I like seeing this. Probably the most I done seen him. Uh, so yeah, I like him. I like seeing him. He reminds me of Ghostbusters. So I did go and watch a ghost. No, yeah, he reminded me of Ghostbusters. My liking of the Ghostbusters is the animated series, so I did go and watch an episode of the animated series of Ghostbusters, and I was like, "That sounds like Arsenio Hall," and I'm like, "Is that Arsenio Hall?" I'm like, "If that is Arsenio Hall voice in this show, like, why isn't he? It doesn't seem like he's recognized for his contribution to this animated series." So I looked up the cast and crew, and yes, it is Arsenio Hall voicing a character in, I think it's Winston. Voicing the character Winston. I'm like, that's Arsenio. So yeah, that's Arsenio Hall. And uh, then you got uh, Magic. He played Winston in the movie. And then Ian, I like seeing Ian. Like yes, um, I like seeing Ian because he reminded me of Spengler. He reminded me of Egon from uh, from the animated series uh, Ghostbusters. Um, so yeah, he kind of was giving that to me with his blonde, with his bleach blonde hair and his round framed glasses. So I went and watched Egon talking about uh, what he be saying, how the molecular structure. Like Egon be so cool, and he know all the tech, and he just be so cool about it. So yeah, I watched the episode to get my Egon on because I had been calling Ian Egon for a good duration of season one. And learned everybody's names by the end of season one. It was at the end of season one because everybody showed up, everybody's name was called. I actually heard it. I heard him. I was like, okay, he said the name. Okay, okay, got it. So yeah, by the end of season one, you'll know everybody's name. Uh, so yes. Something on the screen. Oh. Let me see what the time is on here. Okay. Yeah, I hadn't seen anybody watching it. I've just been watching it myself. Glad I could watch it. think I'm gonna be crocheting a hat with the brim soon. I see plenty of hats being made, and I want in. I want in. Not I want in. um, but I've been seeing the cowboy hats, and what else? I saw the cowboy hats. Uh, I've seen an Erica Badu hat, and I've seen a bucket hat. Um, I've seen some sun hats. Um, I have a skein of Premier Simply. Is that what it's called? Simply. I just throwed away the ball band. Simply. I think that's what it is. The Premier Simply. Symphony? No, Simply. I have a skein of that, and I think that'll do for the hat. I would like the hat to be. I would like the hat to have a brim. I've seen a couple of bucket hats that seem like they have more of a brim than a slope, and I'm going for the brim, like outward circular instead of slope down. Like a lot of the bucket hats are sloped down, and I'm thinking if I do a slope down and try and pop it up, it'll just flop back down. So I'm looking for the brim, and I see a tutorial, but it's not quite clear. So maybe I have to look for another. Maybe I have to look for clear a clear tutorial. Um, 'Cause it's explaining it, and then it might be one of them things where you have to be in it to know. You have to have done the steps, and then it's at the step to see where to put your hook, because I've had that happen to me. Um, where I would sit there and try and like read a pattern, or I would be looking at a tutorial without my hook and my yarn in hand, and I'm looking like, what is you talking when it comes to like a certain part? But when I get my hook and my yarn in hand, and I work it up to that part, then when I get to that part, I can tell what's next. Like, oh, okay, boom, go there. So, yeah, that might be the thing. But I watched the tutorials first just because, sometimes it might be retracts. Now, and it hasn't been recent that there's been retracts. So that's cool. So yeah, I watch a tutorial and see what's going on um, before I get my yarn in hand, and then watch it again with the yarn in hand, and it's like, okay. So yeah, I'm guessing it might be like that. Okay, so yeah, the starting point would be, to make the top part. And then the next step is like, huh? Because the next step isn't so clear on the tutorial, but the person is explaining it. So, like I said, like I guess, like when I have it all in my hand, I'll be able to tell what they're talking about. I kind of think I do. I got an idea of what the next step is, and then you make the body of the hat, and then you do something to the hat to where the brim starts brimming. I don't know exactly how to do that. It looks like there's some increases again for the brim to brim. So yeah, I might be working that up. I got the yarn right in sight. I got the yarn in sight. So I might be working that up as I wait on these buttons to surface to add to the crop sweater that I completed. So yeah, just need a couple of buttons. Other than that, yay! Have I even done a bucket hat? I hadn't even crocheted a bucket hat. Um, just because I wasn't going for that type of hat. I was going for one of my hats on my list to crochet is a cowboy hat. That's on my list. But even before that, it's the blossom hat. That's on my list to make a hat like blossom or like um sister. I had a hat similar to those hats. It was like a it's a hat with the upturned brim with the flower on the hat. It's like you could call it a Hillary hat. Hillary would wear hats like that from the Fresh Prince. So yeah, those are some characters that will wear that hat. Uh, um, I was trying to think if it might have been on a movie. Maybe Clueless, the movie Clueless. Maybe that character. I was about to call her Clarissa. Um, maybe she wore that hat with one of her outfits. But yeah, that hat is on my list of hats to make with the flower on the front of the brim with the brim flipped up. I don't see a specific pattern for it yet. Um, but I would guess it would be like the basic top. We always start off with the top of the hat for the most part. Well, yeah, some people start from the other way. But okay, the hats that started with the top, and then go down, make the hat part, and then make the brim part and flip it up. Um, but at the same time, I don't think I want the brim in the back to flip up. I just want the brim in the front to flip up. So the brim in the back be down, brim in the front be up, and maybe pinned to the front of the hat along with the flower. So yeah, that's on my list of things to create. There's some beautiful hats being freestyle. There's a person that makes they look like bucket hats, but they got a brim on them. So maybe that's the pattern I need to follow is a bucket hat, but increase the brim. Um, but this person that's creating these beautiful hats, they don't have a pattern, they don't have a tutorial, but they are freestyling these beautiful hats, and I'm like, okay, yes, please and thank you, because she got them to order, so I could just order them from her, because she doing her thing. So yeah, I'm seeing a few more freehands where they don't have patterns. They just freehanding it and coming up with the most beautiful things. I'm just like, okay, yes. I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm just like, oh yes, that's an option because I did just learn patterns. I did just learn to read patterns this year. Like, and now you telling me it's a free form? Ah, okay, excellent, excellent. Like the possibilities abound. Like, and it don't stop. You know, it just keep going on and on and on. So I'm glad to see it, and I'm glad that we got the creators creating and making them available. Like, girl, I got you. You want this hat here? He go, well, which one do you want? Or you can have all of them. Because you make them in different colors and different multicolors and things. I'm like, okay, I can get that one for this outfit, that one for that outfit, and and enjoy the hat with my different outfits. So yeah. But before I saw her freestyling hats, I did have the blossom hat on my list of things to make. It was just on my list, of items that I would like to crochet. Update on the Halloween book I was reading. I don't think I'm gonna finish it. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know. But so at this moment, I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to be finishing that book. It was too picturesque for me. Like, it's too, I guess you could say, grotesque. I don't know. That's kind of too much, but that's like a too much word because it was only a little bit, but it was enough. It was enough for me. Like, I guess you could say gruesome, but then at the same time, you'd be like, well, he did such and such a thing in the other book. I didn't think that was. I mean, okay, yeah, it was. That was gruesome too, but this second book right here with the details and what had happened. I mean, and it seems a little minute compared to what he did in the first book. It does. It does. It does seem minute. It sure does. It sure does. However, comma, I've seen that happen in a movie. Okay. In this second book, what was described, I think I've seen it in a movie. However, also, comma, not to not to the extent of the description that is in this book. There, it's not. It's not shown. It's not depicted in the movie like what the book, how the book is describing it. So I'm getting a different visual with the book versus the movie. The movie's depiction and the book's description aren't congruent. They're not the same. So that's why I'm like, ew. Like, it's like, yeah, gross. This guy is gross. Like, I'm just like, yuck. Because I hadn't seen that depicted in a movie. I hadn't seen that detail in such detail in the movie. Like, if I had seen it in a movie, then and be all, watching it in the movie, and then I hear it in the book, I'd be like, okay, well, that's congruent with the book. But I've seen the movies, and the movies, and seen and cut, and then, makeup is reapplied, and, the foundation is looking good. Everybody looking good no matter what. No matter what the situation. Like, they're not looking like this description here after this scene that just transpired in this book that I just was reading. So that's just a little merch for me. Like, that scene is in the movie. Like, it's the scene where I'm at in the book. That is in the movie. However, the character in the movie does not look like this character in this book. You feel me? You hearing what I'm saying? Like, this this character in this book look like they've been through it, which they have. The character in the movie looks a bit disheveled, but not to the extent of the details of the character in the book. So I might not be reading the rest of this. I did read part one. This part two, and I don't think I can be able to. Well, I'd have to get a membership to read part three. But yeah, I'm not finishing part two anytime soon. I'll just say that because it's done been already 2 days and I hadn't finished reading it. It might have been 3 days since I last read it. It's been about 2 or 3 days, and I might not. I'm like them details, boy. Them details. The way the book can put 100 on 10. I mean, it's a scene now. It's a scene. It ain't nothing to see. That. Uh, but yeah, the details of the what the writer was putting down in that book. Kudos. How about that? Kudos. Kudos. Because you described it. I didn't need you to go that far into details, but you did. Thank you. Good description. Great, good job. Okay. No. That just means you did a good job. That's all that means. Effective. That's what you call effective. Great. You done well. Great going. You are very efficient in your details that you were given in this book. Um, Maybe if I hadn't paused my book when I paused it and just had kept reading through it, I could have gotten through it. But I chose to pause my book and take a break, take a breather, and because I've done that, it has allowed me to pause on the reading. Like, whoa. Whew. And what did I say? I had said in the previous slide what chapter that was. I think that was chapter 6. So yeah, that it starts on and popping real quick, as opposed to the first book. So yeah, very effective. Great job. And it was just that scene. It was just, well, it wasn't even technically that scene. It was the description of what the neighbor said. That's what got me. What the neighbor said she looked like. Because she had already done went through the scene. I was already past that scene. And now I was at the part where the neighbor had handed her a plate of cookies. I think it was after that part. Um, yeah, where the neighbor had shone the light on her from the lamp. I was at that scene. And when she shone the light on her from the lamp and was able to see her with more light shining on her, what she described there, that's what got me. Like, I was like, ew. And then the the other character was like, yeah, and letting her know what was going on and what was happening and why she was looking like that. That's where I was in the book. So yeah, great details. I just, I don't know. The movie didn't show those details in that scene. But yeah, kudos to the books for describing that. Kudos. You done well. You done a good job with the description. So I don't know what my next book was gonna be. I was looking into maybe the Brown sisters. I had already read Chloe Get a Life Chloe Brown. Uh, so I was gonna read book 2 and 3, perhaps. I don't know if I'm ready to go into those books, but maybe, perhaps. Those are what I have lined up. I also have other books on my TBR, so I don't know what's gonna be next. Maybe I'll finish that series out. I do have Get a Life Chloe Brown here on the screen, and I did read it with a book club, Sue's book club, and I did enjoy it. There was some hilarious moments, some hoot moments. Um, Also, after reading that book, I also read some grammar books because wa- that that was something that was pointed out in the book, and then from there, I went and read like 2 or 3 uh, grammar books. However many it was, I was reading them back to back and enjoyed them. It was like a humorous but serious, like grammar error catching books where they were talking about grammar and spelling and punctuations and when and where to put them and how they were being used by the public. Yeah. So yeah, and I enjoyed that series. I didn't talk about it when I read it last year, but I'm bringing it up now because I'm reminded of it. Mentioning Get It Like Chloe Brown. Um, yeah. Okay. What you reading? What you reading? What you watching? And what you're making? What you reading? What you watching? What you making? I've been seeing some cakes being made. I've been seeing some cakes and pies. More cakes though than pies. I saw one pie. Yeah, it was a blueberry pie being created. I might have saw like an apple. Oh no, yeah. Did I see an apple? No, I saw a peach. Something another like a was it a peach cobbler? It had something to do with peaches, but most recently, that wasn't too recent. The one with the peaches. One most recent was a blueberry pie, and then there's always cakes being made. So I saw some cakes being made. I have a pattern for a cake, crochet cake, um, that I would like to make um, in celebration of Furl's birthday that had passed a couple of months now, a couple of months ago, right? No, I think their birthday was in July. Was it in July or June? Um, they had a birthday hat pattern and a birthday cake pattern. So yeah, that's on my list as well. Gotta gather those colors up for the different parts. I also have an amigurumi uh, cake pattern on my list of things to make. Alrighty, my store, my bookstore is on the screen. As well as my Venmo. Crochet blanket. That's also on my list. I have a beautiful like posted postcard type of pattern that I think VJ shared it with us in one of her field trips. It is so gorgeous. I don't know. Did she share that with us or did I venture off? I went on the field trip with her, and either that was the focal point, or either I ventured off and found it on my own from one of her field trips. So I have that on my list. It is so pretty. It's all like a postcard type of vibe, or I should say theme. It's a postcard theme. So it's all intricate with different what do you call it? Different stitches, different different yeah, different stitches. Like it's intricate and the different pattern and thing. Like it's a multi stitch pattern. What do you call those things? Like different skills. Like it brings a lot of skills together in the blanket. It has a lot of skill thingies in there. Multiple skilled uh, blanket. I think it's with squares. I hadn't looked at it I hadn't looked at it in a while, but I'm just recalling it, and it's beautiful. It's picturesque. It has pictures like a postcard, like a beach side with sun and waves of water and things like that. What do you call that other thing? Tapestry or no? Mosaic, graph charting, that type of thing. Like it has words on it, so you're gonna be dealing with graphs. And it just has like a whole bunch of skill levels in the blanket. Like it's like a sampler of skill sets in the blanket. So, liking to see those type of blankets. Um, it's so multifaceted. So it's like a lot going on. Like it's very busy with the different uh, things that's being created and brought together to be a blanket. So yeah, that's on my list. I was kind of looking at the Shamrock. Um, the Shamrock. No, not the Shamrock. It's not called Shamrock. It's called Chevrolet. The Chevrolet blanket pattern. But usually with the Chevrolet, it's at least two different colors. I do see some Chevrolets that are like seven colors, and I mean, I'll have to see what our colors I can bring forth for a Chevrolet blanket. And that goes for the posted blanket too. I gotta collect all them colors because it's kind of like color specific. If you wanna, matchy matchy. Um, if you want your blue to be blue for the waves and the white to be white for the foam the foam of the waves. You know how the waves make the white foam. So if you want that to match, then you want your sun to be the color of the sun. Your posted stamp to be the color of posted stamps. Certain colors you gotta get. So it all, you know, come together. I mean, I guess, you got creative license to make the sun pink and the ocean red and the foam purple. Oh boy. Be like, what's that? It'd be like having a tent, like seeing it through a tent, like a tinted version of the original. You know how you can change your colors and have it like in different hues of colors, different tints of colors. I guess you could be creative like that. I just thought of that. You could be creative like that if you wanted it like that. If you wanted it in like a tinted type of vibe color. Okay, I'm sitting here thinking, and I've been went back to the show Quantum Leap, and I'm thinking how Ian was or is, excuse me, Ian is a big part of Quantum Leap. Like he's the tech guy. He uh, saw being in the future to give him a code in the past. I'm coming. I'm like, hear me out. Hear me out. How folks say, stay with me, stay with me. He jumped. Ian jumped. Ian leapt into somebody, and here's the kicker. And and returned. This was clicking for me. Ian leapt and returned. Ian has been the only person to do that. And nobody yet has made a big hoorah of that. I guess because they think they're just depending on the machine to do it, and they don't know why the machine not doing it. So they don't need a launching pad like I had went off the rails saying, because Ian has left at least one time to give Ben a message. And supposedly returned. But here's the kicker. He didn't know he left. That's the episode I was talking about when I was saying, like, Ian went to the future to tell, and then Ben went, he went, he was in the present. I went all off with that episode. But yeah, that's the episode I was talking about, because I was like, why don't they just talk in the present? Because Ian from the future, went back to the past to tell Ben something, and Ben was in the present. I'm like, why don't they just talk right there in front of each other? But yeah, that's the episode I was talking about with that. But yeah, nobody yet has made like a big hoorah. But I think it's because Ian doesn't remember that he left. So it kind of is like washed out. Like it's like not a big hoot like it kind of is, but then it's downplayed because Ian doesn't remember leaping. He don't remember leaping. Apparently he leaped and I'm assuming returned because he's there. Hmm. Seems to make you go, because I'm not exactly sure he actually returned because he don't know he jumped. But he did jump because they got evidence of it. Ian is such an essential. His technology, his understanding of the technology is essential. And if he jumped and came back, because jumping and coming back, that really don't have nothing to do with the tech. I don't know, like, but it does, because the code that Ben got from Future Ian helped them do something. I don't know what it helped them do. But it was supposed to, I don't know, unlock something to where Ben got back home, but he didn't. So whatever Ian got, he need to share it with Ben because it got Ian home. Ian so far has been the only one to leap and return. If he returned, because like he don't remember. He don't remember leaping. So I guess we might discover more of that as season two uh, reveals more. But yeah, he didn't remember it, but apparently he did because he told when he left, Ben was in the few the Ben was in the Ben was in the present. Ben was in the present. Ian was from the future. Yeah, Ian had. So see, that's why I'm like, why didn't they just talk to each other face to face? Because before Ben left, he went to meet with Ian's with Ian, but it wasn't Ian. But you don't know that till it's revealed. So Ian was from either the future coming to the past to the present. I be cracking myself with this because cracking myself up with this because it be like that. Like Ian, instead of telling Ben what he could tell Ben, because they all work together. But for some reason, somehow, some way, yeah, Ian came to the present from, I don't know, either the past or the future. Met with Ben, told him what told him the message he had to tell him. Then Ben left. So Ian has been the successor of the jumpers. Uh, and he's also stayed with the technology in hopes to help him Ben, which he has. He's communicated with Ben throughout this whole thing to to be successful, and it's been proven. He's done it, and uh, like Ian got the sauce. Ian got the sauce. He done stuck with the quantum leap. Like even in the future, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ian. Even in the future. And he had it to where somebody was there that Ben could jump into. Like Ian has taken all the steps into consideration. He's made like a whole new code that he gave Ben to do something with. They were doing something with uh in the episode 18. I don't know exactly what, but it I liked it. I liked episode 18 even though I didn't understand what the code was for. I liked uh seeing Ian. I liked seeing Ian. I liked seeing Magic. But yeah, just thinking about the show, Ian has been the only one to perhaps have returned from a leap. I say perhaps because I don't know exactly for sure, but it seemed like it. I just say I don't know for sure because he didn't remember that he left. He didn't remember being a leaper. He didn't remember doing that. So he gonna have to remember it and know why and how so that he can pass that information on to Ben. But supposedly it don't seem like it's information to pass on to Ben. Seemed like the machine should have been able to do that. But because it didn't, it seemed like, maybe some other stuff need to be calculated. Which all of that was taken into consideration in episode 18. Ben just didn't return. So yeah, I just thought I'd point that out because I kind of was thinking about that. Like, Ian left and seems like he returned. And he left and then remember he left. Oh my goodness. And then Ian in the future, boy, he like Quantum Leap is his baby. Oh my goodness. I guess it's not necessarily Quantum Leap. It's more like being. He doing all that to help being, not necessarily, not per se Quantum Leap. I mean, but being, is in Quantum Leap, so or is quantum leaping. So Ian has continued to be there for Ben throughout the years. So that's very, you know, all the positive accolades. Noble. I had another one. Abnormal. Abnormal. Yeah, that word. Abnormal. 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 Yeah, that word. Abner. I'm trying to say it. Um, so yeah, just like wow. Not only is being like the techie, um, he's held space for being to be successful. So in addition to holding space, he's continued to he continued to develop the code so that he can give to Ben so that it can help them from the future to the past, and then so Ben could get back to the present. But he's been doing that. Oh my goodness. Oh, Ian, he did that. Like, he really did that. Like, he was going through it. He done been through it to hold that space for Ben all them years and to formulate and to calculate uh, that code So it's like they family. They are family. They not just a team. They a team. Yeah, they a team. But it's like I well, okay, yeah, they're a team. They're a team. They a team. They don't break. They like, you know how a team go and break and then they gone by their separate ways. No. Ian continued. Now I don't know what happened to the other two, why they didn't continue, or the other three, but Ben continued to continue to develop the thing, and was there in that moment when Ben showed up. Like that is patience to be able to be at that exact spot when Ben showed up, to be able to explain it as best he could in the time allotted, which wasn't a lot. And then, to get the code and things like that. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like touching. Like they not just co-workers. They are a whole team, a whole. Uh, I guess team will suffice. Family, you know, team. They a whole team. Like they there for each other. Um, and then Ian more so. I mean, everybody do their part. Everybody do their part. Everybody there for each other. How they can be there for each other. And Ian chose to continue to be there for Ben. So love it. I wasn't sure. It kind of looked like he was um kind of was looking at what's his name, Addison, kind of looking at her like, I'm here and being not, kind of earlier on, but uh, I like seeing the teamwork. Like, oh my goodness, like he really put himself out there for being, and this whole quantum leap when everybody else, you know, walked away from it. However, they, however they had to or whatever, but he took it upon himself to be there from the future to the past to the present. He's been there, like just keeping the door open for Ben to be able to, if nothing else, have hope that he can get back home. Uh, uh, if that's all, you know, but I'm glad, Ian. Oh my goodness, like what a award at for Ian? Like Ian get the gold star because oh my goodness, just to see the state of the lab when Ben meets up with Ian at the in the future. I mean, that was a lot. That was a lot. And like I said, he prepared. He had somebody there for Ben to jump in because he couldn't have jumped in because then Ian couldn't talk to him. So Ian knew that somebody had to be there for him to jump in. So he had that happen. Ugh, he just he just took all he just what do you call that? Like took all precautions, or yeah, just he had everything set exact. So enjoyed seeing that. Ian has had Ben's best interest. Like seeing that because everybody been wanting to pull the plug, and Ian keeps reminding them, look, if you do that, he's not gonna have any way to get back. So that's where it's at. Season 2 is on and popping. It's on and rolling. Rolling on. It's a continuation of season 1. Whew. Whew. And I like the show's uh, episode length, like as far as it being short, a short season. Uh, yeah, because I haven't gotten into those longer season shows. just yet. I like the shorter seasons, uh, just because they're easier to binge. Except for this show, I cannot binge this show uh, because of the emotional waves of the show. I can't binge it. Um, but yeah, I don't mind it being a shorter seasons. Uh, Even though I'm looking for a season 3, and I just started season 2. Yeah, looking for a season 3. I'm like, what the rest of it? Like, last season was 18 episodes. This season, you're only giving me 15. You're only giving me 15 episodes this season. What's with it? What's up with that? What's up with that? You can name that tune in 15 episodes. Like we playing name that tune. Season 1 say I can name that tune in 18 episodes. Season 2 say I can name that tune in 15 episodes. What you got on that? Okay. Okay. Um, I don't know if I'll try another watch along with Quantum Leap. Um, no. How did I do that? I had a different setup than what I have right now to do the watch along. Could try another setting, another setup like this. Um, maybe my volume would be louder. Maybe.